I mean, I have respect for the Paul brothers because they fight now. They don't have to fight.
Right. They
Like,
don't have to. Yeah, exactly.
They don't have to. And they're doing it anyway. They're making life hard for themselves. I have to respect men who decide to do that because they could just take their money and just be fucking jackasses. And instead they're fighting. So I respect them for that. I'm not saying that everyone can do it. I know it's competitive, etc. But it's not a coal mine.
Do you see me ever boxing?
I mean, you can get in the ring anytime you decide. Whether you win or not is a different story, right?
Gotcha. Yeah, for sure.
But it takes dedication. It doesn't take motivation. It takes dedication. You can't be motivated to put yourself through hell all the time. You have to be disciplined.
100%.
And dedicated.
100%.
Different. But yeah, I'm one of the richest men on the planet because of all the things I have that money cannot buy. My money's nothing, right? Money's easy. Like once you're past 10 mil, let's say, there ain't nothing to buy.
It's like,
what are you really gonna buy?
It's like in GTA when you like do like you have like the money and you did all the missions, like you're done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like once you have 10 mil's too low because I have 10 mil of cars, but let's say, and then a nice house, blah blah blah. Let's say 20, 30 mil, whatever. There ain't nothing to buy. I mean, how many diamond watches do you need? 3,
exactly.
4, 5.
Yeah.
It gets, you know. So there ain't nothing to buy. So at that point, it's just collecting money for the
Is your most expensive asset your jet, your private jet?
No. I have some land and some houses that cost more.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But the point is that once you get money, that's fine. But then I believe money is an amplifier. I don't believe money changes. I think it amplifies. So if you're a dork and you get incredibly wealthy, you become a mega dork. Whereas if you're a G and you get incredibly wealthy, you become a mega G.
So
I'll give you an example.
It amplifies your status.
It doesn't change who you are. It amplifies who you are. If you see a Lamborghini pull up and a little nerd gets out, you think, oh, fucking super tech nerd, probably invented Stripe or something. He's a nerd. Whereas if you see a Lambo pull up and a big fucking strong, bald, whatever crazy dude gets out, you think, okay, he's a drug dealer. He's a mafia boss. The Lambo doesn't change what you think. It amplifies who the person is. Money is an amplifier. It doesn't change. So I'm very fortunate. I'm very happy that I was poor for a long time because I never would have been able to learn the lessons I've learned if I was rich. I would have never been able to take those risks. I would have never been able to be in those situations. I've been stabbed just like you. I'll show you my scar. So I would never have been able to been put through hell if I had money. So I'm very glad I was poor for a very long time. And the reason I'm the richest person on the planet is not because of the amount of money I have. It's because of all the shit that happened to me when I was poor.
Indeed. When, like, again, a self-made man appreciates the value of money, right? A person who's not doesn't appreciate it, doesn't know. Like, if you're born rich, you never had to struggle, you never had to suffer, you never had to fight for resources, for status. You never had to fight for anything. And if you've never had to fight for anything, then you will always be weak.
That's when I became top G. It's only when I became rich that people started to pay attention.
So you are more wealthy than Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos.
I wouldn't swap lives with them. Fucking fuck no. Like, I respect Elon. I want him to buy Twitter. Don't know why he stopped.
Yeah, he's not the richest man on the planet. He's making an exaggeration, obviously. Hello and welcome to heliosblog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. If you're new to the channel, liking the content, hit that sub, hit all for notifications. Support me on my Patreon, patreon.com/theheliosblog. Drop me a donation, like Hunter M, Adrian R, Tom M. Shoutouts to them. Link is in the description. Let's continue.
Should have carried on. Anyway, they're great guys, whatever. I don't know them. Who cares? Point is, I wouldn't want to be them. Like, everyone wants to be me. I'm top G for a reason.
Nah.
I've got it all. I've got every single gift that God can give, plus all the gifts you can make yourself. And I state that without arrogance. I don't mean to be arrogant, but I am a realist. And as a realist, it would be absolutely unprofessional for me to sit here and pretend I'm not an exceptional human being. Because I am. And a lot of those things I did myself. And some of them were God-given. But the ones that weren't God-given was because I put myself through hell. I put myself through hell because I decided to throw comfort away. For 10 years of my life, I was never comfortable. Wow. Never for a second.
Isn't that, they say, like, the best, like, when you're uncomfortable, it's, like, the best shit because you, like, I don't know how to put in words, but you're good with your fucking words.
Men are not supposed to be comfortable,
yeah,
my friend.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Comfort is not... Okay. Like, this is like what Rolo talks about, right? About avoiding sedation, right? Don't just sedate yourself, right? And then be okay with what's happening. You need to be striving for greater, striving for better, working towards greatness, right? We're not just here to survive. We're here to thrive. We're here to struggle and fight and eventually win. That's what we're here for.
I'll say, yeah.
You're sitting here on Twitch.
I'm comfortable. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You're comfortable, right?
I am.
If you were born 100 years ago and it was the 1920s, you'd be in some ditch in northern France, living in the fucking mud, hoping not to get killed by a random sniper in some bullshit war you barely understand for 4 years. Then you'd come home and hope your wife hasn't been bombed.
Yo,
you understand?
It's true.
But that's the world. That's the world.
Yep.
The world has become exceptionally easy for a lot of men.
That's right.
It used to be a different place. Most men were cannon fodder. Most of us would have ended up in wars, dying for fucking no reason.
Damn. Literally no reason.
We don't have to do that. So because we don't have to do that, men think it's okay to just become comfortable now. You're not supposed to be comfortable. You were never evolved to be comfortable. You're supposed to be uncomfortable.
Right.
And if you make yourself uncomfortable constructively, it's very easy to be anything you want. You talk about GTA, Grand Theft Auto. I know the game. I used to play the old one on the PlayStation 1 when I was a child.
Which one?
I haven't played any.
Which one? You talk about San Andreas?
Very first one.
Vice City, GTA 3? Yeah.
Oh, the very, 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 very first one, like 1994.
Okay.
Old school.
Okay.
But I've never played any of those games, but I find it amazing that people will sit there and spend all their time upgrading that character, making as much money as they can, getting the best guns, getting strong, getting some hoes, meeting important people, getting the best car. They'll do all that in a game, but they won't do it in real life.
That's right. Exactly. The point being, you need to upgrade your real life. So here's how. Okay, are you ready? Making $100,000 a year. Maybe that's too little now in 2023 with inflation. Maybe it needs to be 200,000. Anyway, $200,000 a year. Let's say $100,000 in savings. And count to 50 plus. Body on point. So body fat percentage of, let's say, 10 to 12%. Learn some kind of martial art. And I would also recommend music. So learning how to play an instrument. I would recommend reading books. Fiction or non-fiction, it doesn't matter. Just read great works of literature. There are many. Just look it up. Many of them. May I recommend War and Peace? There's more. I would also recommend maybe some improv acting or something like that to improve your charisma. That might also help. There's many things to work on. And I also recommend chess as well. So there you go. Many things. And it's practically never ending, right? Once you've achieved one thing, then you want to go and achieve the next thing, and so on and so on and so on. So
I find that incredible. Like my life is GTA. I don't need to play a game for GTA. If I want a gun, I'll fucking buy it. If I want a car, I'll fucking buy it. I want a bitch, I'll get her. It's me. I am GTA. I don't see why people play the games. They play the games because they're scared of loss. Because if you die in the game, you get another chance. If you lose in the game, you get another chance. In life, you get one shot.
Damn, that's...
But if you get some balls, that's what life is as a game. That's what life is as a man. This is one big video game. You get to upgrade your character. You're not born with any value. All these women that you just put me on with are born with value. They're pretty already. They're gorgeous already. They're good looking enough. Even if they're a 5, someone's going to give a shit they exist because someone wants to fuck them. As a man, if you don't make yourself valuable, you have no value.
Literally. Exactly. If you don't build yourself up, you are nothing. It's absolutely true. As a man. Absolutely true.
You have to get up and do it. Just like a video game, you start with fucking 0. You have to decide if you want to complete it. You have to upgrade your character. So I find it amazing that men are going to play video games and fuck about and waste their time instead of upgrading their character. Everyone knows what to do. You know what you have to do.
You're right.
If you had to become the most dangerous, intelligent, respectable man on the planet, you know you're supposed to go to the gym. You know you're supposed to train, learn how to fight. You know all these things. You don't do them. That's your decision. It's your prerogative. I didn't make that choice. I made the choice to do it all. I decided all of that. that every single man watching this can do the exact same thing.
It's true.
Which is why I have very little pity when I do these streams and people think I'm arrogant or I'm rude to people, or even to you earlier when I was making jokes and I've been joking with the girls,
You're
saying
good,
drink the
bro.
soy latte.
I'm not. Yeah.
Of course, and I know we're only joking, right? But the point is, that's a conscious decision you made. I would never make fun of someone who hasn't got a choice. I wouldn't make fun of someone born with one
I
arm.
have a choice.
That's
though.
right.
But if you've
right.
made a fucking decision to be less than you should be, then I believe you should be mocked for that decision.
I agree. I
didn't
feel
make
like
that.
yeah, because like you're.
It's true. Absolutely. And before, when men used to bully each other, what would happen is, if they're able to bully you, then it means you're weak. And if you're weak, it means you should become strong. True.
You're not living up to your full potential. Like, it's your choice to basically not live up to your full potential.
Completely. And me as a man, when I've put myself through hell, when I have had such exacting, such stringent standards for myself, why would I then have less exacting, stringent standards on the people I meet?
Damn.
Why would I put myself through hell to be me and then meet someone who didn't put themselves through hell and then treat them like my equal? No, fuck you. I suffered when you didn't. So you're not my equal because you decided not to suffer. You have enjoyed comfort when I haven't, and that's fine, but don't expect me to look at you as my equal because you're not. I'll snap your fucking neck.
Andrew,
That's the world.
Andrew, I have like a lot
Indeed.
of friends around me. They're like good friends. Don't get me wrong. Like they're real friends, but like they're incredibly like lazy, and they have so much potential. Like they could be big, they could be getting rich, all this shit, bro. But like they choose not to. So, but it's really hard because I love them. They're my friends, and I came up with these guys, and they're so entertaining. I love them. They're my brothers, but like
I understand, but you have to. But there's something that's very, always kind of confused me. When I tell people that you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with, everyone agrees. They go, "Yeah, that's probably true." The 5 people you spend the most time with, that's what you're gonna end up like. They say, "Yeah, that's true," and then they continue to hang around with people who they don't want to be. Why? There has to be a point. There has to be a point where you sit and go, "Okay, you're my friends, etc., etc. I love you guys. Yeah, we can talk, whatever. But I'm on a different life path." You have to leave some people behind. You wouldn't want to be, if you were to come hang out with me and you were in a room with me and my 5 friends, you'd feel self-conscious.
you're right.
You don't feel self-conscious with your friends.
Because you only
So you don't.
you only surround yourself around people that are on like your level of like.
I'm with killers. I'm with killers. We're fucking monsters. If you were to come hang around with me and my crew, you would be self-conscious, and that self-consciousness would motivate you, or they would certainly instill the discipline required for you to change. You don't feel self-conscious amongst your peers. That's why you don't change. If you were to get in a room and you're the only person who ain't a fucking monster, you'd want to become a monster.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is true. That is true. If you were in a room full of strong, confident, powerful men with money, you would want to be one of them. You would work hard to be one of them.
That's life. That's humanity. So I say this to people all the time. If you know you're the sum of the 5 people you hang around with, why you hang around with people you don't want to be?
Nah, it's true, bro. I'm gonna tell you why, right? I was do you know who I Show Speed is?
No.
He's this other creator that's like obviously like in my space. I was staying with him in September, and like I would literally like be on my shit like every day, like grinding, like at what I'm grinding, right? And like when he left, I had like no one around me to basically like kind of like on my like so it shows.
I get it.
Yeah.
And that's why I live in a competitive environment. I live with my brother, my cousin. I live with men. We have a big house. We could all afford fucking 10 houses each. We live together on purpose. If my brother does 500 push-ups, I ain't gonna be the bitch at the house. I ain't gonna not do them.
Right.
So that's another reason the war room exists. My organization, the reason it's so competitive is the reason we kick people out. You have to fight to keep.
Even if they pay, you're like, I don't give a fuck. Get out. Like,
I don't give a fuck. Get out. I'll kick them out. It doesn't matter. Everyone pays to join. You get kicked out anyway. You have to fight to keep your place. That's the whole.
Damn.
That's because that's how life was. If we were still in the animal kingdom, the lions that you see on TV, they weren't just born big lions. They had to fight other lions. They had to fight to get that antelope. They had to fight other animals, hyenas, jackals. They had to fight to be the boss. We're living in a comfortable world now where people think, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But you know what?
It does matter.
To some degree, it does matter. It does matter. And I'll tell you who it matters to. It matters to your soul and it matters to God. I stand in the mirror with a pure heart. I know I am the best version of me that could possibly ever exist. I know that God is proud of me. There's nothing that God hates more than sloth and laziness. If God were to create a man and that man were to sit around and do fuck all, God will frown upon you. It's why you're never lucky. If you're listening to this and you think I'm never lucky, I'll tell you why, because God dislikes you because you're fucking lazy. Start to work. Start to show God the beauty of his own creations. You'd be amazed how lucky you'll become.
Yes, and I've said many times that I'm extremely lucky. I'm extremely fortunate in my life. And yet, we still strive for more greatness. We still strive for better. We still strive for stronger. We still strive for higher. We still strive for more than great. I don't want to survive. I want to thrive. Andrew's absolutely right. You need to be the best version of you that can possibly exist. And it's true. Then God will smile upon you. That is very wise words. Absolutely true.
Wow.
God is unhappy with these people. And inside their hearts, they're unhappy. We talk about depression, anxiety, all those things you mentioned earlier on this podcast. That comes from self-loathing. You loathe your own weakness. You loathe your own laziness. This is what all of these things are. I don't feel depression. How can I feel depression when I'm the most powerful version of me that I could ever fucking be? How can I feel depression when I could squeeze my own hand hard enough to break my own bones? How can I feel depression when I've smashed and destroyed 68 people's faces in front of me, men who thought they could test me in fair combat? How can I feel depressed? It's impossible. Do you understand?
Bro, you got like the best fucking mentality, like brain, like ethic.
Very
I've ever seen in my
good
fucking
mentality.
life. What the fuck? Everything you're saying is just like that you said is literally facts. I agree with like 100% of everything. So why do we? Okay, here's another question. Do you notice that like human beings naturally we don't care about things until it's gone? Like we don't appreciate what we have until it's gone. Do you know that? You know what I'm trying to say? Like appreciation. Like,
correct.
Why is that? Why do you think that? And do you feel that way? Like, are you very grateful? Are you appreciative of what you have? Like, you know how to speak on that.
Yeah, that's a mental trick. You have to rewire your brain. That's one of the things you have to rewire your brain to do. And the reason your brain needs to be rewired is because anyone who is watching this stream below the age of 30, your brain is already broken. And I'll tell you it's broken. I'll tell you why. Watch your friends when they're on TikTok.
Indeed.
How long can they even focus on a video
True.
before they
True.
have to change?
Absolutely.
A second,
Damn.
maybe. All of your minds are broken. You can't even focus on anything anymore.
You're right.
True.
You are constantly distracted to the point where you can't even appreciate the good things in your life.
Absolutely
You're
true.
distracted. Your minds are broken. You need to rewire your mind and resist the slave programming.
How?
They have programmed. I'll tell you how. First thing you have to do is identify it. You have to identify what is happening to you. I use my mind to break the trap. What I do is I allow my enemy to manipulate me on purpose. And then I use my mind to break the trap and punish the perpetrators. I will sit on TikTok for a day and I'll just enjoy TikTok. And by the end of the day, I'll watch myself. How quickly I'm looking to be entertained, how little time I give a video, how fucked up I am. And then I'll blink and I'll cure my fucking brain. You must allow yourself to be manipulated and you must fix it. All of it. You just talked about not appreciating the things you have. Then blink and cure your brain.
It's true. Again. So here is how cognitive behavioral therapy works, guys. I don't know if you know. Changing the way you think physically changes your brain. So you can see your brain going down a bad path and literally say, no. And it's hard, but you can actually force your brain to not go down that path. So your brain will start to spiral and do all these anxious negative thoughts, and it'll start to spiral and it'll start to go, and you can go, no. And that's it. And if you've said no 500 times, then that's it. It's not going to happen again.
It's a conscious decision. You're letting other people control your mind.
It's all distraction.
The Matrix is trying to control your mind.
It's true.
They're very good at it.
Absolutely.
That's what they do to control all of us.
Yes.
You have to break the trap. If you cannot control your own mind, let me make this point because it's extremely important.
Then you're a slave.
If you cannot control your own mind, then you are just a feather in the wind of life. Because
Indeed.
your own mind is the only thing you can control. You can't control the weather.
Right.
You can't control other people. You can't even control whether your heart stops beating. You might have a heart attack tomorrow. You can't control anything besides what you think.
Absolutely
if you cannot
true.
control your own mind, then you go through life with zero control, zero influence. You can't control anything. You're just a feather in the wind, waiting
Absolutely
for life
true.
to blow you from happy place to sad place, to
Literally.
happy place to
Yes.
sad place. Completely hoping on the gods to be fortunate to you, because if any genuine discomfort comes your way, you're fucked.
Yeah, you have no agency. You have no control because you have no power. Absolutely true. Great job, Andrew.
It is trained like everything else in life. It is trained. So if you find yourself not appreciating what you have until it's gone, then you must blink and cure your brain. If you find yourself unable to focus or concentrate on tasks, you must blink and cure your brain. If you find yourself unable to go and dedicate yourself to something you don't want to do, you must blink and cure your brain. Because all of our minds have been under constant assault for years. The way the mind functions, the way people interact, has changed so significantly in the last 10 years you wouldn't believe. If you go to a party today as opposed to a party 10 years ago, they look completely different.
Totally
People
different.
are acting differently. People are on their phones now than ever used to be. Even now, people will go to places only to get an Instagram picture, even if they don't enjoy the place.
That's stupid.
It's all about pretending they're having fun as opposed to actually having fun.
Very stupid.
The entire paradigm of society and how we interact has now changed. Every single thing in the world is attempting to influence you. I'll give you another paradigm that people need to understand. I ask people have these beliefs. Doesn't matter what their belief is. Doesn't matter, they believe in something. I say, where did you get that belief from? And they don't know. Oh, well, it's just how it's supposed to be. We're just supposed to wear a mask, whatever it is, right? Where did you get that belief? Who told you that? And does that person have your best interests at heart?
Indeed.
Think about it.
Right.
Think about all the things you truly believe. Think where you learned it, and think if that person actually gives a fuck about you. Because the only thing you should be learning from is personal experience for people who genuinely care about you.
That's right.
Most people are out here believing things and repeating things that were told to them by people who don't even fucking like them.
True.
By their enemies.
Yep.
Everyone's mind is fundamentally fucked. All of it. Look at me. I'm a guy who decided to conquer social media. I blinked. I cured my brain. I used basic indefatigability. I used perspicacity. I used compendiousness. I used my mind. And I focused, and I fucking conquered the world in a few short months. It's not difficult. There's just no competition because everybody's fucking distracted. They're getting distracted by this, distracted by that, watching fucking Netflix, jerking off to Pornhub like fucking jackasses. It's so easy to win if you can control your own mind. But it seems that nobody fucking can. And that's how the people who run the world keep the world running, because they have all the slaves exactly where they need them to be. Permanently distracted and semi-depressed.
Indeed. Working, doing things that don't matter for people they don't like, slaving away. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. All right, let's go to the Reddit post. Wow, that was such a great video by Andrew. Really well done. All right, this is relationship advice posted 14 hours ago. How can I, she's 29 and he's 34, explain to my husband the impact that him not helping me is having on our marriage? Yeah, this is chore play. I'm 29 and my husband is 34. We've been married for 6 years, together for 10. Things are fine, I guess. I just don't know what to do and I have no one to talk to. We both work, but I do 100% of the household tasks. Maybe once every 2 weeks I'll ask him to put his laundry away. I've spoken to him about this before. I've explained what the mental load is. I've written down every single thing that I have to think of for both of us on a daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly basis. He'll get better for a few weeks, then he goes back to his old ways. I just feel burnt out. Honestly, we haven't been intimate in ages because I just feel like his mother or his maid more than anything else. It's making me so resentful. If you even ask me to pass him something at dinner, I can feel myself getting annoyed. I also just feel bored. Maybe it's because I work all day, then cook, then clean, shower, and go to bed every single day. But I feel like I have to initiate everything. Date night, I'll plan it. Make the bookings. Vacation, same thing. He'll say thank you for doing everything, but I don't want thanks, I want some help. I recently went away with a few girlfriends, and honestly, I got so much attention from guys, but it was just so nice to feel special and noticed. I don't know. if it's the 7-year itch that we're coming up to. I don't know if marriage just gets into a routine and gets kind of boring. I don't know if I have to keep nagging him to help me until the day gets through to him. I don't know what to do. I do love him, but I don't want to spend my whole life feeling like this. I'm also worried I'm too much of a wimp to actually do anything. This is what happens. When she marries you and you're the beta male, this is how you get treated. This is beta torture, right? And it just happens slowly, right? Do this, do that, do more, do more, do more. Eventually, you as the man, you're doing everything and she's still unhappy. That's how it goes, guys. And she says, chore play. Do chores and I'll sleep with you. No. She has to genuinely want to sleep with you regardless of whether there's chores or not to do. 679 upvotes. Stop washing his clothes, cooking for him and cleaning his stuff. Go on strike. Tell him if he doesn't do his sherry, can go back to his mom. Yeah, you see? Equal relationship or nothing. I'm going on strike. 184 upvotes. Yep, this is the way. When you're not doing stuff for him, lay on the couch, read a book, take a nap, go shopping, do stuff for you. Take a break from this crap pile up. Don't let it go to you. He's grown, and if you're not there, he would not have to do his own laundry. He would have to do his own laundry and make his own meals. I have this friend who talks about how she trained her husband by throwing away his clothes, mail, dishes when he left them lying around. I'm not advocating for it, but she said he was trained within days. You see? Who rules the relationship? That's all you need to know, guys. Okay, if you're new to the channel, liking the content, hit that sub, hit all for notifications. Go to my Patreon, support me, patreon.com/theheliosblog. Drop me a donation, like Hunter M, Adrian R, or Tom M. Shoutouts to them. Link is in the description. Thanks so much for listening to the video until the end, guys. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.